So, bandit sign 101. First rule of bandit signs is nobody, and I mean nobody. Let me get the questions up because I want to get this right. So, nobody will call your bandit sign if it's in the trunk of your car. That's the main thing you need to know. Damn it. Here we go. So, 12 to 5 a.m. Why is it 12 to 5 a.m.? 12 to 5 a.m. It's because here's the most common excuses I get when people start talking about bandit signs. I don't have time. I don't have time. They think it's a big time suck to have to do bandit signs. So what's 99% of y'all doing 12 to 5 a.m.? You're sleeping. So if you can tell somebody, what? I'm on live. You got an email for me? Oh, never mind. So if 12 to 5 a.m. takes that excuse out, you don't have time? No. You like to sleep more than you like success. The thing about putting out a bandit sign is you never know if that call is $1 million, $5, $0. You don't know what that call is. And if I told any of y'all, hey, I've got $1 million waiting for you, $1 million waiting for you tonight between 12 and 5 a.m., you're not going to sleep on that. You're not going to sleep on that opportunity. But yet, you'll make every excuse in the world why you can't go put out bandit signs from 12 to 5 a.m. Go to the bar. You'll work midnight shifts for Walmart. You'll do all these things, but you won't go do this for yourself. Again, 12 to 5, some people wear vests, like orange vest, but 12 to 5, there's not a lot of traffic out, so you can hit it up. You can get it better. I always try to get somebody to go do it with me. I make it a game. I like listening to new music then. I don't get too heavy in the books or anything and just ride, make circles, and put out bandit signs. Okay, how far spaced out do the signs need to be? Here's the deal. Your signs, a lot of people try to hide and tuck their signs and make their signs last and all this sort of shit. If your signs are getting a lot of eyes on them, they're not going to last very long. But you're going to get a lot of eyes on them. Once they've been there for a while, anyways, they just blend in with the scenery. Everybody's going to look past your sign. DJ sent me a picture of a sign last night when he was doing it, wanting to know who put out that sign. This morning we're discussing it in the office, and Robin's like, oh, that one's at Tractor Supply. It's been there for 6 months. Well, we've had a sign at Tractor Supply for 6 months that I put out probably, and I ain't put out signs in a long time, and it's still there. Well, it never gets any calls because everybody that drives by it, the employees of Tractor Supply, it just blends in. Maybe the old men that go by there, they don't care. So how far do I space them out? Really depends on what your goal is. But I can tell you this. You got a Walmart, okay? Walmart. Walmart's got like an exit over here. Then they got an exit over here. Then they got an exit here. You got an exit here. Then you got one that comes out over here, but it's a red light, okay? Now, this is the information that's available to you. So this is their parking lot. Comes around like this, and this one's got a red light. If it's me and I'm putting out bandit signs, I'm only putting one right there. Even though there's a road right here, I'm not putting one here, and I'm not putting one here, and I'm not putting one here. I'm not hitting all four corners. I'm just hitting right here and maybe over here on these exits. The reason is if you put a sign at every single exit and every single intersection, you're guaranteeing that this manager, he got a title. He comes in, he's going to see these signs. He's going to see, I wish I'd done it in different colors, but he's going to see your sign here. He's going to see it here. He's going to see it here. He's going to see it here. He's going to drive by the ones that you put out on the islands. They got the little islands here. You threw some on there. He's going to drive by them. And the first thing this overachieving manager is going to do is he's going to jump on the phone. Hey, Raphael, come to the manager's office. He's going to get a cart pusher. Hey, bro, will you walk around and pick up all them buy houses signs? They look like shit. But if he only drives past one, he either won't see it or he won't, in all of his managerial experience, be able to justify Raphael's $7.50 an hour to go pull one sign. If he sees a bunch, you know, oh man, now I'm going to have to make time to get a cart pusher, pull him off of some real vital work like getting carts back inside Walmart and make him go out here and hate on the entrepreneur. So I'm going to do the exit with the red light, maybe one offset exit on the other side, and I'm bouncing out of there. I'm not going to hit every exit. It doesn't really matter. What you want to get a lot of eyes on it, but you don't want to get the manager's eyes on it. You don't want to get code enforcement's eyes. Same thing with any red light in town. Okay, so while we got this red light here, and I did this at the beginning too. I'd hit every side of the red light. I'd hit every corner of the red light. And they get pulled. Another investor would come through. You know what I mean? Investors, they're cock blockers. They see all four out there. They know you're out hustling, so they're gonna go pull your signs. Even if they don't have a sign to replace it with, these cock blocking motherfuckers will pull their car over here in the Jack in the Box, get out, walk around this intersection just to hate on you. Okay, so if you only put one, I'm gonna let him make it. So when I run long. I'm going down the street, I'm hitting red lights. I'm going down the side street, I'm hitting stop signs, but I'm only doing one per intersection, maybe two per intersection. I'm not just blanketing every intersection because, again, you're going to get every eye on there, but you're going to get code enforcement's eyes. You're going to get all the fucking cock blocking investors, everybody else. So one, stretch it, run, and everything else. Every place you can get it. What do you what would you recommend starting capital needs to be? I don't know. That's a wide range of questions. Whatever you're trying to do, if you're trying to wholesale, you know, you need enough capital to run on. The biggest thing is when you get that first payday, not spending it on bullshit and actually investing it back into your business. But also don't think because you went and bought 1,000 Bandit signs and put out 1,000 Bandit signs that you make that first $50,000 that you buy $50,000 worth of Bandit signs and you're going to have the same results at scale. I see most people make that mistake. If you put out 1,000 Bandit signs and it does good for you, we're going to get off topic here, but let's say, and I've been wanting to pull this data, but I don't know. If you go look at the new listings, okay, the new listings for any market per day or per month, however you want to break it down. So you see new listings, all right? Let's say there's 1,000 new listings in 1,000 new listings in Dallas, Fort Worth Metroplex, or just Dallas County in a month. That's just a number I made up. It could be 10,000. It could be 100. I don't really know. But that's 1,000 new sellers, okay? Now let's say there's other sellers out there that their properties never make it, okay? I'm going to bet that however many sellers enter onto MLS, okay, there's less sellers that sell off market, that sell to one of us, that sell to an investor. It's probably as many as half, but we won't have any way to track the data. I mean, I guess we could go to title companies and try to get back into that. I don't really know. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to guess there's only going to be 500 that sell off market. Oh, that's not a dollar sign. 500 that sell off market. So what are we all trying to do with Bandit signs, mailers, whatever? We're trying to mine probably half as many people that go to MLS over to us, and there's a finite amount. You know, you can spin your wheels a lot in this business. So what we do to fight that is we move around. I mean, we're doing 4 or 5 counties out in areas where nobody wants to buy because we're buying rental properties. We're buying for owner finance. We are also wholesaling, but we also know that 90% of investors, they don't know about this little world we live in. They're buying off MLS. They've read Bigger Pockets, or not Bigger Pockets. They've read Rich Dad Poor Dad, but they didn't hear about wholesaling. They just read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and they're going to MLS to buy deals, to try to flip, to try to own rentals. Another thing is there's way more buy and hold investors than there are flippers. Look at the flippers that you know in this group or any other group. Look at them. You'll see guys, and the longer you stay in this, the longer you're around it, you'll see guys that come out and they flip 2, 3, 4 properties. You never hear from them again. Why? It's hard to make money. They get ate up with holding costs. By the time they look at it, it's not worth it. And then they'll actually go down a rank, I guess is the way to look at it, and start wholesaling, or they'll get out of the business completely. It's just the nature of the business. At least in the 5 years that I've been here, that's been it. Cody Creamer just texted me that he's busy. Thanks, Cody. So, what would your recommendation? Is this for wholesaling, buying, flipping, JVing, rentals? Okay. No longer have this. We're going to get off topic on this one again as well. I no longer have a real estate crystal ball. The market, Gary Vee has been telling me forever that the market decides. I've been telling Jason Witherspoon forever the market decides. We now no longer, in Groesbeck, it's going to be a rental. Groesbeck, it's going to be a rental because I'm going to live here forever. I want to own the town. This is going to be where I live. The only way I'm selling anything in Groesbeck is if I'm just tired of the deferred maintenance. I don't want to mess with it anymore. But everything here rents too easy, stays rented for too long to not buy rentals here. Anything else in the whole wide world, if I'm in the DFW market, when we buy it, we're being very picky. But the first thing we're going to do is clean it. The next thing we're going to do is list it. And depending on the feedback, from there, we could repair it. Rent it. Sell it. Owner finance it. After we repair it, we'll either keep it listed, rent it, or owner finance it. Ultimately, the market and the feedback we get decides what we do with it. Okay? We're blessed like that. If you got capital or access to private capital, you could be blessed like that too. But here's what I would say. Your offer, ARV, if you're not offering 30% as your first offer, don't even stay on the couch. Stay in the mom's basement. Don't bother getting out here in this world. If you're so worried about losing that lead that you're not offering 30% from the jump, just stay home. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Because the only way you're going to learn what anything's worth is to go out there and fire your shots, miss, figure it out. But you don't need to be overpaying from anything, especially at the beginning. They call it beginner's luck, but you know what beginner's luck is? It's before you know what it's worth. You make the 30% offer, not knowing you're making a 30% offer, and it gets accepted just because you had the balls to make the offer. Then you get into the know, and all of a sudden, oh man, I know what real estate's worth. I'm a flipper. I'm cool. Then you start offering too much because you know too much. The beginner's luck, you were making all kinds of money. Then you figured real estate out and you started losing money. Well, how'd you get there? Because you were offering too much. Is there a specific area in DFW or outside that should be placed? I don't care. We work the Southern Metroplex. We work the Southern Metroplex because I live south of DFW. If I lived west of DFW, I'd work the Western Metroplex. If I lived north of DFW, I'd work the Northern Metroplex. It really doesn't bother me much. If I'm buying it and underwriting it as a rental from the jump, then my worst case scenario is already there because everybody's afraid of property management. Property management isn't that bad. I say that as we actively manage, and you're hearing the phone ring down here. It just is what it is. If you underwrite it as a rental from the jump and it works as a rental, then pretty much every other exit strategy is in play, whether it's owner finance, whether it's flipping, whether it's wholesaling, whether it's wholesaling. If you underwrote it as a rental from your offer from the jump and on a 2% rental, by the way, then every other exit strategy is probably in play. So what to do with the phone calls once they come in? Got the mail guys here. He don't know why I'm over here talking to myself. I'm on Facebook Live. So you don't want to mess with phone calls. The reason why I tell people to do bandit signs, I'll show you. We got a deal right now. just erase this over here, right in this corner. So we just bought a deal. Here's the town name. It's Toller. Okay. Toller, Texas. Give that a Google. I never knew where that place was in my entire life. But anyways, this is probably the fifth or sixth deal we're doing in Toller, or that has a Toller address, I guess. Lady calls, Bandit Sign lead calls. I want 50 grand. I want 50 grand. Somehow in between then and there, it got to 60. I think it was a miscommunication between me and Witherspoon, but we end up at 60K on this house. Right now, I don't know. I've called Creamer. Maybe it is. It's listed for 119K. Zero negotiation. Literally, hey, I seen your sign. Yeah, I want to sell my house. Cool. How much do you want for it? 50,000. That's great. When can we come see it? Come see it. Get on Propelio. Boom. Bang, bang, bang. Witherspoon goes. Contracted for 60. Closed in a couple of weeks. Listed for 119. It's probably, if you dolled it up, it could probably be a 140, 150 house maybe. It's probably a legitimate 130 house as it sits. We listed it for 119, and we will continue to drop the price every week, week and a half, until it starts getting showings and getting offers. And that's how we play the game. That's it. That's why Bandit Sign leads are the best. Our Acton deal that we picked up a check for 56,000, but I don't know what the profit center is, but the check at closing was 56,000. That deal, guy called, I want $95,000 for my house. We sold it for $173,000. That's Bandit Sign leads. Okay, no negotiation, no having to know, none of that. I want to sell. Every other lead source is a time vampire in some form. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I really kind of want to know what my house is worth. We were considering putting our house on the market. Yada, 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 yada. Not Bandit Signs. When they're calling off a sign on the side of the road, they want to sell. They're not trying to think about it, wanting to think about it. The other thing is every lead source that comes in off of Bandit Signs, so you'll have a contractor that'll call you, hey man, I'm looking to work. Bro, tell me all the vacant houses in your neighborhood. Text me all the vacant houses in your neighborhood. If you find me vacant houses, I will buy them and you can remodel them and we'll both make money. Hey, I'm looking for a house to rent. I see y'all buy houses. Do you rent houses? Absolutely. You find me a house to buy. You tell me your landlord's name and number right now. Give me your landlord's name and number, and I'll buy a house and fix it for you, and you can rent it from me. You make bird dogs. One at the beginning of this, back in 2015, Donnie Ruffin, y'all see him out here. He had a bird dog that was a guy that called him off a Bandit Sign that cleaned houses out. So every house that he was cleaning out, because he would haul all the trash off, was a probate or an affidavit of heirship or some event like that had just happened. They were definitely moving. And he said, hey, I see you this, these people just died. Like, I'm cleaning their house out. Would you pay me a finder's fee, in this situation? And Donnie's like, hell yes. And he literally gave Donnie like 15 leads because his business was cleaning houses, cleaning out houses, trashing them out. So that's Bandit Signs. It's Bandit Sign 101. Thanks for making me think about it. I'm sure I missed something. Maybe Witherspoon come in and fill in the holes. Went over a lot of information. Hit the rewind button. I love y'all. I'll see you later.